Welcome back to District News Now. Adam Shackett is here with sports news. Adam?
Thanks, Sala. The Final Four is taking place this Saturday in New Orleans. In-state rivals Louisville and Kentucky face off, and the Kansas Jayhawks take on the Ohio State Buckeyes. The winner of each game will face off in the national title game Monday night. And now on to other sports. A group that includes former Laker great Magic Johnson has agreed to buy the Los Angeles Dodgers from Frank McCourt. Guggenheim Baseball Management, LLC, will purchase the team for $2 billion. This would shatter the record for the price of North American sports franchise. Stephen Ross bought the Miami Dolphins for $1.1 billion in 2009. In college basketball, the Stanford Cardinals took on the Minnesota Gophers last night at the world's most famous arena for the NIT title. Aaron Bright's floater put the Cardinals up 8 and went into the half with a 6-point lead. In the second half, it was all Stanford, as the Gophers had no answer for the Cardinals' balanced attack. Bright tied for the team lead with 15 points, along with freshman guard Chason Randall. Stanford would go on to win the NIT championship by a final score of 75-51. In the NBA, the Dallas Mavericks make their first trip back to Miami since winning the NBA Finals to take on LeBron James and the Heat. Early on, LeBron doesn't seem to be too bothered by his injured finger as he throws down a monster dunk off the assist from Dwayne Wade. In the second half, Heat guard Mario Chalmers uses his quickness to get by the defense and find LeBron open for the easy layup, forcing Dallas to call a timeout. With a little over 3 minutes left in the game, Miami seals the victory after a LeBron James alley-oop on the feed by Dwayne Wade. Miami would go on to win 106-85 and snap their 2-game losing streak. So guys, in the Final Four, who do you think is going to win it all?
I think Kansas is going to win.
I'm going for Ohio State.
I'm going for Kentucky, and for you New York Yankee fans, each of the 6 times that Kentucky has won the national title, the New York Yankees have also won the World Series that year. So as a Yankees fan, I got to pull for Kentucky.
Thanks, Adam.
Start. What seems like a scene out of a teen movie is actually big trouble for a Cincinnati Bengals cheerleader. Sarah Jones, a part-time substitute teacher and Bengals cheerleader, was arrested this week for allegedly having sex with one of her high school students. Jones taught at Dixie Senior High School and was fired following charges of a sexual misdemeanor with a minor. She faces trial in coming months.
5 alleged Virginia Crips members have been charged in a teen prostitution ring. The men were leaders of the underground gangster Crips. The group is a violent street gang operating in Fairfax. According to authorities, the men recruited teenage girls on Facebook, at bus stops, and even at school. Reporters say the teens were forced to stay because the ringleaders threatened the girls with violence and rape. 26-year-old Justin Strom of Lorton is the accused ringleader. Prosecutors say the operation was unusual because it targeted girls who were living at home and not runaways. It looks like a case of sour apples. A new report on working conditions at Apple supplier Foxconn has startling revelations. The report documents dozens of labor rights violations. We turn to Eunice Yoon from CNN for more on the story.
The jury really is still out. The FLA, of course, hopes that this is going to be a boon for the industry standards, that industry standards are just going to keep improving. Foxconn, as you had mentioned, is a very big manufacturer here. It makes electronics not only for Apple, but also for other big brands like HP. And so its taxes do count a lot. However, there are also a lot of critics who say that even though this could potentially have an impact on the competitors to Foxconn and also to Apple, it might not have as broad an impact as one might think. They say that the FLA really didn't take into consideration enough that China is at a different stage of economic development compared to many other countries in the West, including the United States. They say that the mentality among workers here is changing, but the prevailing attitude still is that workers want to go to these factories. They want to make as much money as they can, even if that means working under tough conditions and also working overtime and plenty of overtime, because their goal is to make as much money as possible over a number of years and then go back to the villages. So a lot of manufacturers here say that that has not been taken into consideration enough. In fact, you might see Foxconn actually losing some workers, they say, because sometimes workers will say, well, you know, if I can't work enough here and earn enough take-home pay to do what I want, then I'm just going to go someplace else.
The weather is heating up and DC's famous cherry blossoms are in full bloom. Trey Dyer takes us to the annual event's Family Day.
Cherry Blossom Festival kicked off this weekend with Family Fun Days at the National Building Museum. The event treated families from around the country with live performances from local children, arts and crafts, storytelling, and many exhibits about Japan. In honor of the 100th year anniversary of the Cherry Blossom gift from Japan, this year's event is bigger than ever. National Cherry Blossom Festival treasurer Jerry Whitcomb says this event is a great way for families to get out and enjoy the festival.
Today's Family Fun Day is, for the first time, it's now 2 days. It traditionally has been 1 day and then followed by the opening ceremony, but the opening ceremony is bigger this year because it's the 100th anniversary of the Gift of the Trees, and so it's over at the Convention Center. And Family Fun Day has been expanded to 2 days, so it was yesterday and today. And as you can see, it's a fabulous event for the kids to start to learn about other cultures.
Family Days has become a greatly anticipated event for the National Building Museum, with months of planning going into it before the festival starts.
We're really hoping that families have a hands-on learning experience at the museum to bring a new audience to the museum and also to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the Gift of the Trees to the United States.
Adults aren't the only one enjoying the action. Youth band Phantom Lightning had a great time playing at the festival.
My name's Blake, and I play the keyboard, and I'm the lead singer, and my band's Phantom Lightning. Yeah, we go to a music school, and it's so awesome. They just set everything up for us to play in all these different places.
For more information about the National Cherry Blossom Festival, visit www.nationalcherryblossompfestival.org. For District News Now, this is Trey Dyer.
A judge has formally ended Trouble starlet Lindsay Lohan's 5-year probation. In 2007, the actress got 2 DUIs and was convicted again for shoplifting. Lohan served 480 hours of court-mandated community service and counseling sessions. The judge advised Lohan to stop clubbing and focus on your work. Lohan seems to be doing just that, and recently hosted an episode of Saturday Night Live. She is also set to play Elizabeth Taylor in a TV movie.
Are you planning to go out of town for your vacation? You might think twice when you hear our stirring guest prices after the break.